All right, so here we go. Rozenstruik versus Gaziev, heavyweight division fight. And we absolutely need a win for Rozenstruik to cap off a great night. Let's go, Rozenstruik. Here we go. Here we go. Are they going to touch gloves? Yes, they do. And here we go. Oh, Gaziev makes me nervous, man. He makes me nervous. He's tall. Oh, here comes a takedown attempt already. He misses. Rozenstruik knows that's coming. You better start throwing, Rozenstruik. Oh my gosh, Gaziev is huge. Gaziev is freaking huge. And he misses on a left-right combination. A little bit of worry on Rozenstruik's face. He lands a right. It didn't even phase Gaziev. Ooh. And I haven't seen Gaziev yet. I mean, any of us against a ranked guy, a good guy. And I thought Gaziev was ranked, but he isn't. So he's looking to get into the top 12, 13 if he can get a win here. Yeah, I hear DC talking. I'm with him. He's like, Gaziev is like towering over Rozenstruik, which is crazy to see. And Gaziev tries to come in for the takedown. He can't get it. Come on, Rose. Come on, Biggie boy. Yeah, let's pull up that sound, man. Let's get it going. Let's go, Biggie boy. We need it tonight. Where's it at? Where's it at?
Biggie boy.
Yeah. Come on, Biggie boy. Yep. That jab from Rozenstruik is kicking into high gear right now, and we need it to continue.
Whoa!
Please. Okay, Rose. Okay, Rose. And he's throwing some big ones. He's just not connecting. There he lands like a right, but it's more like a jab. Let's go.
Biggie boy. Biggie boy. Biggie boy.
Come on. Ooh. Ooh. Nice jab by Rozenstruik. As he backs off a little bit. When he's got those same facial expressions as he's getting older now, kind of like Kimbo Slice used to have. You know, he's just calculating every second. He's just waiting for that opportunity. But what's working well right now for Rozenstruik is that jab. I mean, that jab is keeping Gaziev at bay. And, you know, he wants to come in and try to land takedowns. Oh, a big right by Gaziev. Come on, Rose. It's very difficult for Rose. He lands those jabs, but Gaziev's punching downhill, and that's not good. Now Gaziev drives Rozenstruik into the fence. Oh, my goodness. Come on, man.
Biggie boy.
Come on, Rozenstruik. Come on, get off the fence. And you can see a strategy for Gaziev. Yeah, if it goes to the ground, great. But just leaning on Rozenstruik is going to wear him down. And that's something that Gaziev is so good at. Ooh, nice knee by Biggie boy. But he's going to be dumped. He's going to be taken down. And now he's on his back in the final minute. And Gaziev's just going to dig that shoulder into the chin and force Rozenstruik down. And here already goes trying to get the triangle in. Oh, goodness gracious. And I had to go back and look, but I think that's one of the things we talked about in the lead up to is the takedown defense of Rozenstruik. It's not great, and would Gaziev, try to go for it? I mean, even though he's used to winning by KO, would he go for the takedowns and try to wear down Rozenstruik? And that's what he's doing now. So, and this is going to be a problem for him going forward. Not a good look here at the end of the round for Rozenstruik, and we'll see what happens. But that'll do it here. And he was successful early with the jab, but, a jab is just a jab. That's not going to affect the scorecard. So I would have to say Gaziev here at the end of the round kind of took over the round, likely won it. Gaziev is probably up 1-0 as we peek into the stats real quick. Yeah, these guys are moving. Not at a great pace. 13-11 for Rozenstruik. 8-8. Well, that was significant strikes. 8-8 in head strikes. Body and leg shots, kind of not that much. Very close. 146 of control for Gaziev on 1 takedown, 3 attempts. So Rozenstruik stuffed those 2 early, and it allowed him to stay on his feet and work the jab. Here we go. Boom. Snapping a jab. With a little bit of a right. And he was having success there. But as soon as Gaziev gets him, you could see it's going to be trouble. And Gaziev breathing hard. Biggie boy still looks pretty good. And I think if you're Rozenstruik, you gotta give up a little bit of energy to stay on the feet, right? You gotta move a little more. Gaziev's breathing hard. Seems like he's breathing a lot through his mouth. And I think there's an opportunity there to kind of tire him out a little bit. As you can see Gaziev's mouthpiece coming out of his mouth. He's trying to get some wind. That's what I'm taking that as. And if you're Rozenstruik, just keep your distance. You can't afford to get taken to the ground or controlled up against the fence in the first 3 minutes at least in the round. And he was able to do it in round 1. So that could turn out to be a good thing for Rozenstruik if he can keep this pace up. But he's got to be able to move and not get taken down. That's going to be the key. Yeah, and the corner is screaming for the jab, obviously, to stop the takedowns. Because if Gaziev doesn't feel any pressure, he's going to continue coming forward as he's trying to do. Now he backs him off. Gaziev lands a right. Now it's Gaziev seemingly moving well. But he's in the center of the octagon, and Rozenstruik's on the outside, which is right where I want Rozenstruik. Because you have more space out there. Keep Gaziev moving. Let's see if we can wear him down a little bit. And that's the game. Gaziev can wear down Rozenstruik with control time. Rozenstruik can wear down Gaziev by staying on his feet. And here we go again. What's the chances we get a decision here in a heavyweight fight? Come on, man. And a nice knee by Gaziev. 3 minutes left, round 2. Oh, nice right by Gaziev. Come on, Jair, get out of there. Okay. 2:40 left, round 2. So already Rozenstruik approaching that 3-minute mark. I'm going to talk about round by round is just staying on your feet. Staying on your feet. That's your area to win this fight. He's up 34-19 in significant strikes. Looking very good right now, but that can all change with a takedown very quickly. And then anything over 3 minutes on the feet is a bonus. Okay. There you go. There you go with the jab. Oh, nice right by Gaziev. Here we go with the takedown attempt right at the 3-minute mark. Oh, man. So he's got the tie up now, just shy of the 3-minute mark. So unbelievable. And now we'll see if, what Gaziev can do here to try to steal this round. Right about that time I said. So Rozenstruik getting off in a significant strike. So he's up right now, 34-22. But we'll see now with the control if Gaziev marches right back in that column. As both guys trade knees. You got some fans and audience starting to stand up, yelling and screaming. There's not many there, but it's at the Apex Center, but there are some there. And this is where Rozenstruik's got to figure out how can I, this is what Gaziev wants to do. How can I get this guy off of me? I got to be able to get this guy off of me. There you go. There you go. Nice move by Rozenstruik to get out of it, but he couldn't. And Gaziev spins him right back into the fence. 1 minute left in the round. And this is okay. If you stay on your feet, you still win the round. And even if you go down, you might still win the round. So good job here by Rozenstruik. Key is for the whole round, staying on his feet. Good work, man. Good work. Good work. Stay on your feet. 30 seconds left. And Rozenstruik's not allowing Gaziev really to get the upper hand in anything. And to me, Rozenstruik won this round. Round one's up in the air. But Rozenstruik won this round. And he almost swings out of it here at the tap. And I told you, if this goes to a decision, we are having absolutely bad luck. Because this is a fight that should not go to a decision. Rozenstruik walking back to his corner. He, this guy still looks pretty big, but he's at that pinnacle point of his career where he's at that age where if you're going to make a run, the time is now. Like, you don't got another 2 or 3 years to play with. And this fight is huge for Rozenstruik. Right? You win this fight, you get a fight in the top 10. Even if you lose that, you're right back here in a year from now. So if you lose this fight, then you're getting to the point where it's like, does the UFC really need you? There's a lot at stake here for Rozenstruik. And it really is hard to believe he's down to number 12 in this situation. It's like a football team that started out 7-3. Now they're dropped 4 in a row. They're 7-4, and they're on the verge of losing a 5th straight fight. And it's not exactly the same, but it's that situation where you're trending one way at the beginning of the season, or in this case, your career, and now you're starting to slide the other way, and now you're in this absolute battle just to remain relevant. There we go. Both fighters touch gloves. Here's round 3. Yeah, and it is a 5-round fight for sure, as the main event always is. And now what do both of these guys see? How do both these guys see this fight playing out? Are they thinking, all right, 5 rounds? Or is someone really going to go for the win? Because we haven't really seen any shots landed that would make you say, hey, this fight could be finished at any time. Like, we haven't seen any of that. 0. Nothing. We haven't seen any of that. And you'd expect to see that in a heavyweight fight. We want to see someone get finished. We want to see a clear and decisive victory, like right now. But here we find ourselves in round 3. Another week at a big 3. And we're going to all decisions potentially again. Unbelievable. And Rozenstruik gets shoved back. And again, it's the same round by round, right? The first 3 minutes, Rozenstruik has got to remain on his feet. And not only remain on his feet, win by a good 10 to 12 significant strikes. That way, if he does get taken down in those final 2 minutes, then it's kind of up to the judges how they want to see that. And he's really been successful in the first 2 rounds. He might have lost round 1, but he could very easily be up 2-0 right now. Come on, baby. Let's go. Oh, no. Rozenstruik took a nice left. Come on now. Pick it up. Yeah, I take that as I take that Gaziev putting his mouthpiece out of his mouth for a second. I take that as him trying to breathe. He's having trouble breathing. He's getting tired. So just keep throwing the jab, Rozenstruik, and just keep the pace up. Yep. Keep touching him. Keep touching him. Keep touching him. Yep. Keep touching him, Rozenstruik. Touch him. Touch him. There you go. Every time he lands, Rozenstruik makes him take a step back. Then he's got to reset. And right when he resets, within 5 seconds, you got to land another jab. There it is. All right. Every 5 seconds. There's another one. Good. And this is good coaching right here. This is great coaching and a great job right now by Rozenstruik. Oh, quickly we're approaching the 3-minute mark. Great. 2:15 left in the round. Okay, this is great because to me, Rozenstruik is beginning to pull away. We're approaching that very important 3-minute mark. And now Rozenstruik lands a big right. 2 minutes left in a round, so he's reached it again. Now, no matter what happens, stay on your feet the rest of the round. Gaziev clearly slowing down. Let's go. Let's go. As much as I want to see a finish, I didn't expect it to be easy, but I expected the fact that Rozenstruik's been in there with some real dudes to pay off in the end. And it might be headed that way right now. As Rozenstruik's definitely touching him a lot here in round 3. This is a big round for him. Come on, touch him, touch him, touch him. There you go. Yep, get out of there, get out of there. Let's go. It's not that his mouthpiece doesn't fit right. It's that he's trying to breathe. He's getting tired. So he's pushing it out of his mouth and then back in to kind of get that extra breath. And I'm sure Rozenstruik is seeing that. Touch him. Final minute, round 3. Oh, no. Now Rozenstruik will back off. They'll reset. Final minute, round 3. And this is a great, great round for Rozenstruik. Perfectly done here. And the fight's quickly kind of leaning his way. And you can really, other than a big finish later or something, you can really wrap this thing up now in round 4 if you can repeat round 3. And that jab has just been ridiculous, no doubt. Gaziev lands probably the biggest punch of the fight with a big right. But that's not saying much. 15 seconds left. There's a tap. Let's go now. Touch him. I like it. I like it, Jair. I like it, Jair. All right, 2 rounds to go. He's up at least 2-1. As you see, he's either got some fans or family in the crowd because they're going crazy. Yes. Yeah, Gaziev's looking tired to me, man. We got to finish this. We got to wrap this thing up. We got to wrap this thing up. Jair sitting down. He's got a bag of ice on his chest. Gaziev's standing up. They're getting ready. They're trying to get him to clear his nose, breathe a little bit, try to slow the heart rate down just a little, because Gaziev is taking deep breaths. And the jab is playing a big role in that. And this is why Jair's corner is saying, hey, keep jabbing. Work the jab. Work the jab. And when you do that, it takes his breath away too, because now he's breathing through his mouth more. That's why he's wiggling his mouthpiece in and out of his mouth so he can catch his breath. And that's not a good feeling. And that's all due to the pressure of Rozenstruik. Oh boy. Critical round here for Rozenstruik, because Gaziev could still flip this thing very easily and go right to full control for the next 2 rounds and squeeze out a victory or sneak out a victory. So if you're Rozenstruik, you still really got to be focused in this round now, not let him get any momentum back. Because everything would change if Gaziev can get a hold of him and lay on him, Now it's 46-24. Head strikes for Rozenstruik. Again, he's really pulling away. Body strikes 32-11, 16-2. In leg strikes, and oh boy, here comes Gaziev. Oh, yes, and Rozenstruik shoves him off and lands a left, and now he comes right back. And you could tell that Rozenstruik understood how important this takedown defense right here would be. But now you got Gaziev leaning up against him, against the fence. And this is the first round that this has happened, really right around that 3-minute mark. So this time, within 1 minute, Gaziev's got him. And it's going to be very interesting now for the next 30 seconds or a minute to see if Rozenstruik can get out of this. And he exerted all his energy on the first one, throwing Gaziev off in quick fashion, but then Gaziev shot right back and ran him against the fence. And here we are. But the ref already telling him we got to work. Good. Rozenstruik gets out of there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Keep touching him. Yep. Touch him. 4, 5. Touch him. Touch him. Rozenstruik's got to keep touching him and keep him off of him. But, Gaziev's got to be looking at this like, I've got to create something right here. Whether that's via a takedown, ground and pound, or I start to pick up the pace in terms of my striking, something's got to change, because right now all the momentum is in favor of Rozenstruik. And what have I said every round? The first 3 minutes is crucial. Rozenstruik's got to stay on his feet, and he has really in each of the first 3 rounds. And he's doing it here again in round 4. Round 1 was the only round. Big right by Rozenstruik. He's feeling it, lands another one. Now Gaziev's talking to him. Now Gaziev lands a right, takes a right. Be careful, Rozenstruik. Just don't give up the takedown. But round 1 was the only round that Gaziev took him down. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Rozenstruik. You should be feeling good about yourself, man. Let's pick it up now. Get the finish. Should be feeling good about yourself. Keep touching him. All the momentum is with Rozenstruik here in round 4. Gaziev breathing hard. No bounce in his step whatsoever. And really, in order to punch, just kind of reaching out and touching Rozenstruik. So Rozenstruik is really outworking him on the feet. Rozenstruik, again, here in the first 4 rounds, has stayed on his feet for the first 3 minutes. That way, even if he gets taken down, it's still in question as to who won the round. So Rozenstruik, doing a great job here. 1:30 left, 90 seconds left, round 4. And Rozenstruik touching him within every 5 seconds, it seems like. 3 Mississippi. Yep, there it is. 2 Mississippi touches him again. Yep. Touch him. Touch him. Okay, that's it. And every time you touch him within 5 seconds, it doesn't give Gaziev that time to kind of square up with you and then shoot for a takedown, right? Because you're getting squared up and boom, you're getting hit with a jab. Oh, you're getting jabbed in the stomach. Oh, you're catching a hook. Oh, a straight leg kick. And they're not even like, most of them aren't even like big shots by Rozenstruik, but some of them just got to be touches, man. And he's really figured this thing out since round 1 when he was taken down at the end of the round for like 2 minutes. And he has clearly won, I mean, not even a question, has won rounds 2, 3, and 4. The mouthpiece coming out of Gaziev's mouth because he puts it out of his mouth to breathe, and Rozenstruik knocked the mouthpiece out and then stopped fighting and let him put it back in. So that was good sportsmanship by Rozenstruik. But at the same time, we need this win right now for the sake of the picks. 4-3 sounds better than 3-4 in the year in the main event. So, I appreciate you getting him his mouthpiece, but we need this victory at all costs. And Rozenstruik still touching him. Gaziev really slowing down. I mean, I don't even think I've seen Gaziev throw in 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, and now Rozenstruik looking for a takedown. And lands a right. Oh, and a big left right and drives Gaziev back up into the fence. And Gaziev lands a low knee here at the end, but that's not going to matter. And Rozenstruik fans in the crowd are going crazy. And the only way he loses this fight is by a finish. Okay, here we go. We're getting a look at Gaziev's corner. Gaziev saying we won 2 rounds, or his corner is, and that's not right at all. He'd be lucky to get the first round. He probably got the first round, honestly. But Rozenstruik has won rounds 2, 3, and 4, so he's up 3 rounds to 1. So Gaziev absolutely needs a finish. And that's a discussion in the corner. Gaziev's trying to figure out what they think the score is. The corner's telling him it's 2-2, which still means you need to go out and win the round. So it's not bad advice, but you really got to think, man. Like, you lost 3 of the 4 rounds. Like, so you got to have a finish. And telling him that it's 2-2 might make him play it safe if he feels like he can win the round. But if you tell him, hey, you're down 3-1, he might go out there like an animal and do something. Oh, is he saying that's it? Uh-oh. And we got a time. The doctor's going to come in, and the corner looked dejected. So maybe that's what the discussion was. And I can't hear what's going on, but boy, Mark Goddard is not happy right now. He said he wants to know what they said to the other corner. Gaziev saying he can't see. No one understands what's going on here. And Mark Goddard says, that's it. And you can't let a fighter sit there and delay, especially a fighter that's tired, right? And it was Gaziev delaying. There's a lot of talk in the corner. Mark Goddard looked over the octagon and was really upset with the corner, wanted to know what they were saying because it's a different language. There's that language barrier. And then finally, Mark Goddard said, that's it. That's it. Because you can't let this guy mess around for a minute or two with the doctor and all this. And we'll see what they say. He just didn't look good after the 4th round. And it's just Rozenstruik continually landed that jab. And we needed that, man. We needed that. That's as good as a KO for me. So Gaziev doesn't come out for round 5. And that's incredible, man. That's an incredible performance by Jairzinho Rozenstruik to get the win. And now he can look up at a top 10 opponent. And guess what? He's very capable of beating a top 10 opponent. And then we'll see what happens. But Rozenstruik gets the win. A little controversy is what was being said in the corner of Gaziev, but the bottom line is he didn't come out for the 5th round, and that's a wrap. Rozenstruik gets the win here. Heavyweight division, UFC Vegas 87.